So what Corel have done this time, if you want to learn or maybe you want to connect with the community of CorelDRAW, it is very easy now. So there's a dedicated Docker which is called Learn Docker. If you go to Dockers, either you can go to Windows and inside the Dockers you will find it. It is a long list of Dockers over here. Or what you can do is you will see a small plus sign over here. So I basically use this plus sign. You will find the same plus sign over here in the property bar and in the toolbox. So what is the advantage of it? So for example, I want to add any Dockers in it. I'll just click over here. जो भी Dockers यहाँ पे मैं use नहीं करने वाला हूँ, I'm going to off it from here. I'll just uncheck it. Let's say for example, I don't want the property bar. I want the Learn Docker. So at the very end, you will find this. So what it is basically for those designers who have recently moved to CorelDRAW, maybe who have started learning CorelDRAW. So in that case, just come to learn and you can type the topic over here. So whatever topic you will type, let's say I'll type any topic over here. So you will find the recommended tutorials and you can also apply a filter over here. It should be a tool hint, it should be a written tutorial, video or what. So as per your convenience, you can easily find it. For example, if I go for this one, CorelDRAW Master Tips, I click, it will directly take me to the web browser. Currently, I'm not sharing my entire screen, so I'm sharing my entire screen with you so that you can also see what I have opened right now. Yeah, I think now you can see my web browser also. So when I click over there, the same tutorial is open over here. So all those tutorials are there in the Corel Discovery Center. So you will also find the video tutorial over here. Just click the play button from here and it will play the video. Also, you can find the download resources. If you want a written tutorial, you can just click over here. So whatever you're comfortable with, you can go with that. Either you want written tutorial or tutorial in the video format. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing it with me. Okay, I was telling you about the multi-page view. So may I repeat this again? Multi-page?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. So by default, whenever you open any document in CorelDRAW, it shows a single page like this. Fine, you can view all the pages in this single column over here. If you want, you can rename the pages. As let's say, for example, I want to rename the second page. So you can rename the page from here. If you want, you can increase or decrease the thumbnail size from here. If you want to insert page or you want to delete page, you can do it from here. And when you go to multiple pages, you can see all the pages in a single go like this. Can you see? Okay. So now what we need to do is, for example, you want to see in the 4 columns over here. So you can decide how many number of columns and rows you want. If I increase, can you see it is showing you 5 number of columns now. If I click on the second option which says vertical, so all the pages will align in a vertical manner. Same way you can put it horizontal, and then the last option is you can customize which place you want to place it according to your requirement. So if I go to the third option, in this you can very easily define where you want to place your page. Let's say I want to move this page slightly up, so I can easily move it. I'm free to move it wherever it is required. As I was telling you, we can define the spacing. So currently it is showing 200 pixel spacing between 2 pages. So you can very easily increase or decrease the spacing from here. So it is 200 pixels. Let's say I want to increase to 500 pixel. I have to just define the value and it will now increase the spacing between the pages. Now, for example, I want to resize the page. Now, can you see? I have resized my page. Whatever page is selected, I have resized that page. But what if you want to resize all the page in a single go? So in that case, you have an option over here. Either the current page you want to resize, or you want to resize all the pages in a single go. So for example, if I resize the current page, I can do that as well. Or if I want to resize all the pages together, I will select this option, and then it will resize all the pages in a single click. So whatever changes I have made to all pages, it will apply to all pages, not to individual one. So it is completely up to you. You want to make changes to entire current page or entire page. So from here also you can apply. You want to single column or double column over here. Now moving ahead to the next feature, which is coming back to single page. Okay, as you can see, I have customized my interface over here. You will find a couple of add-on tools also on the top. So I'll tell you how can you add those buttons over here. I generally don't prefer shortkeys. That's the reason I'm using those buttons over here. So you must be using either those clicks to shuffle from one page to another, or you can use those buttons also to move next page, previous page, or last page, front page. I prefer those buttons. So from the help of those buttons, I can very easily move to the next page or previous page. So I'll tell you how can you do that. So for example, there's an option over here which is called draw in perspective. Now this particular tool you will find in the layout, in the object, perspective, and draw in perspective. So this feature you'll find over here. So rather going on this, I have made a permanent button over here. So for that, what you can do is just go to options. Inside the options, come to customization. Inside customization, you can come to commands. Inside the commands, now whichever tool you want to make as a button, just search that tool. Let's say, let me take revert. Fine, I'm taking this option over here. I have to simple drag and put it over here. So when I put and drag, this will be remain permanent over here. Just click on OK. This option will remain permanent. Now, in case you don't want it, you can use Alt and then bring this option down. You can very easily remove as well. Okay, the next feature is called export. So what it does, with the help of this feature, you can export your object in multiple file formats. Let me open the export. It is already there in the Docker, as you can see. Just click over here and you will find export over here. Because it was already checked, that's the reason it is showing over here. So now, let me export. Okay, I want to export this page, for example. So what I'll do, I will select this and there's an option over here. So now the entire page is added in the Docker. Now we have a library over here on which file format you want to export this page. If GIF, JPG, PNG, EPS. So you can just define the file format. Now this was there earlier as well in the last version, not before that. But couple of extensions are added in this version. Now, how it is different from previous export? पहले भी export होता था, ऐसा नहीं है कि आप पहले export नहीं करते थे. But यहाँ पे the same task can be done in a single click. I'll show you how. For example, मैंने इस page को select किया, इस object को मैंने यहाँ पे select किया, this particular logo. Fine. Now I can define कि ये जो पेज मैंने यहाँ पे सेलेक्ट किया है, ये मुझे किस फॉर्मेट में चाहिए. तो I can duplicate it from here and I can define this. I want in JPG, This I want in PNG, and this I want in PDF. The same object I am going to export in 3 different file formats. इसी तरह से I can define for this as well. It can be JPG, PNG, whatever you want. Let's say I want to export this as a EPS. Let's say PNG. So now whatever is here in the list, on a click, I can export all those objects in single click. I have to just define where I want to export this. So I already have a folder on the desktop, Corel exported files. I have to just define the folder and now have a look. When I click on this, let me just check the folder is empty or not. So currently I'm moving this to somewhere else. So as you can see, the folder is empty right now. Nothing is inside this folder. Now, when I click on the export option over here, on a click, all the files are exported over here. This is PNG, JPG, PDF, PNG. Now, let me open and show it to you. This I have exported as a JPG file. This as a PDF file. And this as a PNG file. And iske andar bhi what we can do is, we can define, let's say if I want to export in a same file format only. So I'm exporting this. Let me first clear that folder just for your, I'm removing all those files from here and making it empty. Okay. Now I'm exporting same logo in PNG, JPG, and one more JPG I'm going to export. I have to just define the quality over here. Let's say this should be lowest quality, and the other one is a high quality. So now as you can see, the same object with same file format with different quality also you can do it, and also you can do it on multiple file formats. So let me add one more file, which is PDF. Export, it is done. Now when I go to that folder, have a look. JPG low quality, JPG high quality, PDF file, and PNG. So exporting is really very easy and very quick now with the help of this feature. If you want to export multiple pages together, that can be also done. So let's say I want to export page number 3. So I'm going to add this page number 3. And it is always advisable to first make a group of it and then export it. So I'm removing this from here, selecting this and making a single group. And now when I click over here, this will go as a PNG, go to next page, select this as well, group, another page, and now I can define which page I want to export in which file format. Just a click and it will get exported. Okay, moving to the next feature, which is advanced image editing. So when it comes to image editing, as I was telling you, we can do image editing as well in CorelDRAW, because Photo Paint comes bundled with this. So whenever you talk about image editing, we use Photo Paint. So let me quickly open the Photo Paint over here. Now what I've done is I've simply opened one image over here. So very easy, file and open the image. Now when you open the image, you have an adjustment lab over here. So from this, you can very easily make changes in the images. Either you want to increase the temperature or the tint, or you want to adjust the brightness and contrast. Let me slightly make some changes and show it to you. So for all those subtle changes, no need to go to any other image editing tool. Whatever is there in the CorelDRAW, just click on the edit bitmap and it will open the same image in the Photo Paint. and whatever changes you will make over here, it will come directly to the CorelDRAW. Okay, now as you can see, the basic and advanced adjustment tools are over here. Now, if you want to replace color in this can be done very easily with the help of photo paint. Now, let me replace a change the color of this flower. For this, I'm going to use local adjustment mode. And now I will define kiska mujhe color change karna hai. I want to replace this red color. Fine. As you can see, the same red color is now picked by original color. अब जिस color से मुझे इसको replace करना है, I have to just select that color. Let's say I want to replace this with this cyan blue, cyan color. And now, jahan bhi I will move my brush, it will replace that part of the color. And it will only make the change to the red color. If I'll move on the top of green color, see, nothing will happen. But if I'll move it on top of flower, the red color of it will replace that color with the cyan color. Now, as you can see, some of the red part is not covered, not replacing with the cyan color. So for that, what we need to do is, you can easily add or subtract the mask from here. Let's say I want to remove this. So you can use minus. If you want to add something in this, you can use. Yes, please.
Hello. The screen is not moving, sir. Since 15-20 minutes, the screen is not moving. We are not able to understand what to be done.
But am I audible to you?
You are audible, sir.
Okay, fine. Let me just share the entire screen with you. Sharing the entire screen. Can you see the photo paint?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I've done, let me just quickly do it again for you. Okay. So what I was, let me just complete this, then I'll repeat this again for you. So I've replaced the red color with the cyan color, and you can see some of the red part is not being replaced. So with the help of range, I can increase the range of that, and that unwanted red, which was not covered earlier, that will also get replaced with the cyan color. I'm doing it again for you. Just a second. So you can open image. This time I'm going to take a different image. And now I want to replace the color of car. So in that case, as I was telling you, you can very easily make the changes of image editing. Like you want to make changes the brightness, contrast. Very easily you can change the intensity, highlight and tone shadows from here. Now, I was telling you about how can you replace color in photo paint. So for this, you need to first pick this eyedropper tool and select कौन सा color आपको select करना है, replace करना है. So I want to replace this red color. Now you have to define कि ये red color आपको किस color से replace करना है. So click on the new color over here, and you can pick the color जो भी जिस भी color से आपको करना है. For example, I want to do it with a yellow. So अभी the moment I pick the yellow color, that red is now replaced with yellow. But if you zoom, there is still a couple of parts which is not get replaced. Now this is because we have defined a range, and some of the red pixels are going beyond that range. So you can easily increase the range from here. Can you see? Very easily you can change the color from here. And now you can define how much smoothness you want to keep on the pixel. And with the help of hue, you can easily, on a click, change the color of the object. After this also, you have the liberty to adjust the saturation of the car and the lightness. Now, for example, you don't want to replace the entire car. So in that case, what you can do is, I'm opening the same image again. Now this time, I'm not going to replace the entire color of car. I'm just going to use the local adjustment mode. When I click on this, I will first define which color I want to replace. And this color I have to replace, I will select that color. And now when I move my mouse, only that part will get replaced. Can you see? It is only affecting the red color. If I'll move it on top of black, nothing will happen. If I'll move on any other color, nothing will happen. But it will only change the red color with the green color. So whatever changes I'm making over here, after this, just define the smoothness, how much smoothness you want to keep it over here. You want to add or subtract, you can do it from here. Let's say you want to subtract this part of the card, you can subtract it. You want to add something, just click on the plus sign and you can add. And this is for overlap. So whatever is overlap, it will just replace that. Have a look. If I click over here, it will make green. If I click on green, it will make red. So in this way, you can very easily change the color. Okay, the next tool is called AutoFit. Now what it does, for example, we have covered this multi-page, we have covered this export, advanced image editing, and now you have any image, and now you want to resize a document size as per the image size. So let me just select my image size first of all. So this is my image size. Can you see? 1228.3 pixel by 962 pixels. If I check my document size, it is 1650 by 1275 pixels. I want to replace the size of my document as per my image size. So in that case, in the conventional way, I have to first note down the value of my image, then I have to apply the same value on my document size. But what if you want to make any border? Fine, you want to add a border of maybe 15 pixels or something like that. So this can be easily done with the help of AutoFit. Let me quickly import any other bitmap. So I'm taking one, taking the same image over here. Now I'm assuming the size of my bitmap is smaller in comparison to document size. So now without checking what is the size of my bitmap, I can just click over here, AutoFit. When I click, it will ask me either you want a margin or not. So currently I don't want any margin. I'm going to keep it 0. And when I click on the AutoFit, in a click, my document size will be replaced with the image size. Can you see? Now, for example, I want a border of 20 pixels. So now I'll do the same thing, but this time I'm going to keep the margin. So right now I don't know what is the margin over here. I'll click, deselect everything. I'll click on the AutoFit, and now this time I'm going to apply 20 pixel margin. Now currently it is showing the inches value over here. So I can easily change the unit from here to pixels. After changing the unit, now it will show me the pixels over here. I can define how much pixels margin I want as a border. And when I click on the AutoFit, the same document is now resized as per image with 20 pixel of border. अदरवाइज इसी सेम चीज को पहले करने के लिए आपको पहले इमेज का साइज नोट करना पड़ेगा, उसमें 20+ ऐड करके अपने डॉक्यूमेंट साइज में अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. इन केस यू अप्लाइड अ रॉन्ग वैल्यू और मे बी यू डिड एनी मैनुअल मिस्टेक, तो वो सेम चीज नहीं आएगी. बट यहाँ पे नो, without any hassle, without noting down any value, you can easily resize the document size as per the image size. I hope this point is clear. If it is not, please let me know. Put in the chat box so that I can repeat this again. Fine. So the next tool is called Draw in Perspective. Now what it does, perspective tool बहुत पहले से है, but what is new in this version is you can directly create in the perspective grid lines. I'll show you how. So for example, when you click on the draw in perspective, you will find in the object perspective, draw in perspective. So I already have a dedicated button over here, so I'm going to click over here. Now यहाँ पे you can define कि किस perspective पे आपको काम करना है, 1 point, 2 point और 3 point. 3 point के अंदर भी you have two options over here. Either you want a worms view जहाँ पे आप ऑब्जेक्ट को नीचे से ऊपर देखते हैं, और a birds view जहाँ पे आप ऑब्जेक्ट को ऊपर से नीचे देखते हैं. So let me take an example of 2 point perspective because packaging mein it is very common. So after selecting perspective, just press enter or space bar. So automatically it will adjust the grid lines, perspective grid lines as per the document size. Now you have a horizontal line over here. You can define that. आपको कहाँ place करनी है? You can define the color of your line. कितना डेंसिटी पे आपको अपनी लाइंस रखनी है, you can define that as well. Density also you can define. It is always better to have a more density. So I think 50 is enough. यहाँ से you can easily change the color of your lines. Same thing you can do for the horizontal line also. And now I'm going to create directly on the grid lines. So first of all, I have to define कि किस side में, left, right, or top पे I have to create object. So let's say I want to create object on directly on the left side. I'll click over here. Now automatically my grid line will align as per the left plane. And now I can directly create object over here. Can you see? Now I'll change to right view. And this time I'm going to create directly on the right plane. If I want to resize, I can do that as well. Now, after that, I want to a top plane. So I'm going to use a rectangle. And now once it is done, just click on the finish button over here. After click on finish, you have directly created on grid lines. Now at any point of time you feel कि आपको कुछ changes करने हैं, you want to do any alteration in it. Let's say for example मुझे color ही fill करना है इसके अंदर. So guys, just go to edit button over here. यहाँ पे click करो के you will define किस उसको select करना है आपको, face को select that, and then you can apply color to it. I don't want any outline, so I'm going to remove outline color. And once you are done, just click on the finish button over here. If you want to make a copy, you can do that as well. You can resize it. At any point of time, you can alter the color or size them. There is one more method of placing it as per perspective. The second method is Now in that case, let's say I already have a shape over here. So I'm having a couple of rectangles over here. Now what I can do is, if I want to place this rectangle on the left side of the perspective lines, I can easily do that. Just define on which plane you want to place it. You can adjust the grid lines accordingly. Select the object. It is applicable to image as well. Select the object, give a right click, and now move to plane. Now you can define आपको किस plane के according to move करना है. I want to move according to the left plane. So now it is moved. It is aligned as per the left plane now. Let me select this. Right click on it. Once you right click, move to plane, right plane, and now you can place it as per the right grid lines. Now very easily you can adjust them, resize them, and the third is top. Select the plane, right click on it, move to plane, top. So it is now aligned as per the top, and now you can keep it on the top. As you can see, it is not properly aligned. So you can, at any point of time, you can select them, go to shape tool. You can adjust either from here, or you can also use arrow keys. Okay, selecting the top one. So this is one more method of creating object directly in the perspective lines. Once you are done, just click on the finish option over here. Okay, moving ahead to the next feature. Now, for example, if you have a low resolution image and you want to upscale the image, you want to increase the quality of the image size. In that case, Resample option is really very handy. No need to use any third-party plugins. Just with the help of Resample option, you can increase the quality of image. So for example, if I zoom this image, you can see it is a very low resolution image. Can you see? So what I'll do, I'll quickly crop this image. And I'll make a copy of it. I'm making copy because we can easily compare how much quality we have improved. So the right one, I'm going to upscale. Select the bitmap and there's option of resample. When you click on the resample option, now from here you can define how much percentage or how much DPI or what size you want to increase with. So let's say I want to make it approx 400% bigger. So the moment I apply 400% value over here, you will start finding a couple of options are activated. So by default, there are 4 modes. Illustration is for any line drawing or any sketch. Photorealistic for any image. Bicubic and nearest neighbor is AI based. So you need to check of your own which is coming closer to your requirement. Now, because it is a photorealistic, I'm going to select the photorealistic option. I can define how much noise reduction I want. I have kept it maximum. Now, this is the original file size, 36 KB. After increasing to 400%, it becomes 502 KB. And now it is showing me the resolution of original image and the new one. And how much time it is going to take it for this. So as you can see, it is taking no time. Within a single second, it will increase the quality to 400%. If I click, you can define the original file size or the aspect ratio. So if you click OK over here, now have a look. This we have increased the quality. If I zoom this out, or maybe if I increase the same image, if I scale it in such a way, now you will see a big difference. Can you see the difference? The right one is which we have improved. And within no time, CorelDRAW has improved the quality. So whenever you have any image with no resolution, you can very easily improve it. Okay, coming to the last part of the session. So as I was telling you, with the help of CorelDRAW app, you can use your CorelDRAW without having CorelDRAW installed. And one more thing, if you want to take a feedback from your colleagues, from your boss, reporting manager, you can do live chatting with them. I'll show you how. So let me take you to the web browser because it is not installed anywhere. So as you can see in the Google web browser, I have opened CorelDRAW app. So inside this, let me open it again for you. So for this, no need to install it. Now this will appear. You have to first sign in. I am already signed in. It comes bundled with CorelDRAW graphics suite. Now you can define what is what should be the page size. So I'm taking it block graphics, this size. Now inside the CorelDRAW app, all the basic illustration work can be done. Now, for example, you want to create any shape over here. This can be done. You can apply color to it. You can easily apply the outline to it. By default, it is black. So I'm keeping it green. And also I am increasing the border size. So it is 1 pixel right now. I'm making it 10 pixels. Now, can you see? The triangle, you have polygon. Inside the polygon also you can define how many points you want to add over here. If you want to group two objects together, select them together, you can group it. Or you can use those options over here, which is there when you select multiple pages together. You have pen tool, breather tool, freehand, text tool. You can easily import bitmap in this. You can rotate your object. You can flip it. You can group them together. And which is what makes us really cool over here is you have a library over here, which is not there in Corel itself. So now if you want to use a ready-made library of CorelDRAW app, so you can do it very easily. For example, just click on the shapes. Now, let's say you want ready-made shapes from this. You can simple drag and drop it over there. Illustration, just go to illustration and whatever presets you already have, simple put it and drag it over here. And once you put it, it is all vector. At any point of time, you can select them. You can make changes to it. It has a very long library over here, as you can see. In the same manner, you have stickers. You have frames, so all those library you can use it with the help of CorelDRAW app. Simple drag and put it over here. And as I was telling you, you can do a live chatting with someone. So with the help of, let me select this and resize it. Okay, so now, first of all, you have to save your work on cloud. So whenever you use CorelDRAW app, by default, you get approx 500 MBs on cloud. So let's say I will save this on my cloud. So file and save. So when you click on save, it will automatically save on the cloud. So whatever work I have done already, it is now there in the cloud. Now once it is on the cloud, I can share with anyone. I'm giving a name. Just work 2. So the moment I save this, and now let's say I want to share it with someone, whosoever I will share with, he can access the file, he can comment on it, or he can improve it, approve it. So it is first saving my work on cloud. As you can see, it is showing syncing. Once it will be saved, I can very easily go to the comments option over here. First, I will share the file and then I'll use the comments. Now, for example, you want to share with your boss, and whatever work you have done, without having CorelDRAW in his laptop, he can view your work and he can comment on your work. Okay, as you can see, the file is saved. Now I can click on the share option. Now I can define kiske saath ye share karni hai. I can directly share the link from here, or I can I can type the email address. So once I click on the email address and I can define usko kya review access dena hai. No access, viewer access, he can only view, he can review, he can comment on my work, and he can approve it. If you are sharing with the boss, just give the approval. So he can see your work and he can approve your work. The reviewer can also comment on your work. So let's say I've defined reviewer and now add. Automatically, this mail address pe ek file ka link jayega. He can directly open the file in CorelDRAW app and then he can comment. I'll show you how he can comment. So he just need to go to, as you can see, invitation has been sent to this mail address. Now he will open the same file in the same manner, as you can see, in CorelDRAW app, not in CorelDRAW. Now, he have a right to either add a note, and right now, because I have not shared with someone, so I'm myself assuming that I have shared with someone. Make it blue. Fine. Now he, Vishal Gupta, have added a note over here. In the same manner, जिसके पास ये file होगी, they can see your file. अगर उनके पास review right होगा, they can add, they can highlight something. If you want to highlight, they can mark it, define an arrow, remove this. तो जो भी वो apply करेंगे यहाँ से, they can also make shapes over here. And I can see कि किसने क्या comment दिया है, किसके क्या feedback है. And as per the feedback, let's say my boss have given me anything, so I can just click over here and I can say resolve. For example, my boss have shared any feedback. So after doing it, I can just click on resolve over here. So in the same manner, I can chat with multiple designers or with my boss, and whatever changes I'm getting, I can resolve it live. अब इसके लिए मुझे बार-बार फाइल को एक्सपोर्ट करके शेयर करने की जरूरत नहीं है या फिर पीडीएफ में एक्सपोर्ट करके देने की जरूरत नहीं है. यहीं पे I have to just give the access and he or she can comment and I can directly make changes over here. So this is all from my side. If you have any queries related to CorelDRAW, please let me know.